Welcome to round 4 of the 2025 Porsche 944 Challenge Series Australia. Round 4 is presented by Tyrepower Benalla, with thanks to our supporting partners: Porsche Australia, Advan Yokohama Tyres, Trico, seeing you through, Melbourne Paving, Butcher's Diner Melbourne, Campione Electrics, AVI Technology, Hallmaster Bayside, Raceline, AAA Home Loans, Pit Lane Clothing. Round 4 sees the National Championship head to the Victorian High Country, to the beautiful country-style race meeting circuit of Winton Motor Raceway, and to the 2025 Festival of Speed. Located around 250 kilometres north of Melbourne, the national circuit is 3 kilometres long and runs in a clockwise direction. The track is well known for being technically challenging, with a constant series of tight and twisty corners which can bite, and with close walls at turns 1 and 2. Overall, there are 12 corners. Key ones to watch out for are turns 1 and 2, a fast approach and with those walls. Turn 5, a fast sweeping section of the track. Turn 9, the second in a set of tight hairpin corners which lead onto a smaller straight. And turn 12, which leads onto the main front straight and towards the start-finish line. Qualifying took place on Saturday in fine and sunny conditions, and it was the multiple race winner Adam Brewer who took pole, over current championship leader and 5-time series champion Cameron Bella. Another 2-time series champion, Jamie Westaway, started out of position 3 alongside newcomer and young gun Ryan Phillips, who not only makes his debut in the category this weekend, but who outshone a number of vastly experienced drivers to start 4th. A great effort. Yet another former series champion, Chris Lewis-Williams, comes next, and definitely looks one to watch this weekend at his home track, whilst Tony Andrzejewski continues his good form and he'll start from P6. Another Westaway, Michael, again looks strong and he'll start from position 7 with the number 14 of Nick Carpenter next to him in P8. Michael's brother, Tony Westaway, makes an impressive return to the field too in his beautiful number 50 machine, starting on row 5, with former Winton race winner Mark Torberts next to him in the yellow Pipecraft car, literally only 1/10 of a second separating those two. The experienced and yet again former Winton race winner Peter James comes next in his number 98 machine, just 2/10 of a second ahead of Sam Roth in the PCM yellow and black car. PJ Grant comes out of row 7 with multiple race winner Mark Bodino next to him in the side-link car. Bodino definitely another to watch throughout the weekend as he gets his season back on track. 2 feisty campaigners, Manny Mezzaselma and Jack Atlett, come out of row 8. Again, these two only separated by 1/10 of a second. The hard-charging Momentum Motorsport driver Carter Fox and Andrew Goldman in the number 333 Carpet Shed car complete row 9, whilst Josh Brisbane suffered mechanical issues in quali, meaning he'll start from the pit lane as he completes the 19 car field. In a slightly different twilight format and in days reminiscent of Le Mans, the field rolled out for the first of 3 races for the weekend late on Saturday afternoon. And despite dry and clean conditions, headlights would be required, with the race going from the late afternoon sunshine into the darkness of early evening.
Track, we are set for some great racing. Make their way around on their warm-up lap. Phil, you're in for a treat here, my friend.
Oh yeah.
In pole position is the Black Widow Spider, Adam Brewer. Getting on pole position is a big moment for him at 1:34.47 and 1:34.98, so he's given himself a good 0.2 of a second there. That is an eternity in this Porsche 944 racing.
It was Brewer and Bella who lined up on the front row, but as we often say, drama is never far away in the 944 Challenge Series. and it wasn't long before chaos ensued.
And we are away. Campbell gets a beautiful start, and that is the beginning of the end for the rest. Oh, and contact!
Yeah,
Adam Brewer.
Oh, so close. And does everybody else miss? Yes, they do.
Replays show just how lucky Brewer was to be avoided by the whole field, in a true testament to the skill of all the drivers.
Adam Brewer and Cambella are very rare, nasty coming together. It looks like it's taken both of them out.
The wily fox and former series champion Lewis Williams saw his chance and he jumped into the lead. Debutant and young gun Phillips close behind.
But it's CLW.
Wow.
Chris Lewis Williams barnstorms to the lead on the first lap in the race that he's got his business written all over it. The Tyrepower Benalla entry, another spinner.
Verdino found the grass on cold tyres as Bella started his resurgence.
Certainly, there's Bella, and there is a big dint in the door, and there is Brewer, the last
Corbett's too looked to take advantage.
I'm actually looking for where Mark Torbitts has bobbed up. Mark Torbitts has bobbed up in P4.
Yeah, he came out of that a lot better than I thought he was going to.
He won a race.
Phillips was coming under real pressure from Jamie Westaway.
What we're probably going to be treated with here is a drive through the field from that Aqua car number 1 being chased down by the black and orange car of Ads Brewer. But right now, here's a guy on a happy return to the Winton Motor Raceway. Car number 37, Tyrepower Benalla, Chris Lewis Williams.
Brewer took Atlee.
Lap blinders. Jack Atlee now has got his great mate, the Black Widow Spider Ads Brewer, opens up the corner and right up behind him there and trying to get through. Ads, of course, sitting on pole position, is trying to push his way through the field.
Bella too was regaining spots.
And just trying to pick up. There's the Aqua car mixed up in the middle there. That's car 1.
Brisbane continued his good form, grabbing Atlee.
So that's all going on out there. Here we go down into turn 10. Clean pass there for car 56.
Bella getting past Tony Westaway as well.
He's trying to get around the number 50 there of Tony Westaway. So he's well inside the top 10 now. This is a very high-level, classy operator.
With Carpenter the next target.
There's some good camaraderie in the paddock, but I'll tell you what, this is, and I'm on the public record for at least the last 3 seasons saying this is some of the fiercest circuit racing you will see. And you can see that car there, which is a lot of the time out in front, has got some fairly heavy battle scars.
Yeah.
Jamie Westaway got to second.
Here it is, chasing it down. These guys have risen to the top. Chris Lewis Williams with Jamie Westaway. The 66 popping his nose out there. Mark Torbitts, what a drive there in the Pipecraft machine.
The top 4 in an enthralling battle, nose to tail.
So Chris Lewis Williams still leads down into turn 1. Through the S as he comes out of there, nails the foot hard to the floor as they come up into turn 3. Bit of a look there from Westaway. That was just a bit of a faint look. Wasn't close enough to really do anything there. Just trying to unsettle Chris Lewis Williams. I think you're going to have to try a bit harder than that.
Westaway could see his chance on Lewis Williams, but just behind, suddenly a huge moment for Torbitts and Phillips.
Right on the bumper bar.
2 more laps, you'd have to suggest they've gone past. Oh, massive spin off the back there. Phillips goes around. So this leaves it now a race in 2 for the Tyrepower Benalla. 944 races here this weekend. It'll be Chris Lewis Williams. It was Mark Torbitts that speared off.
The wild spin, leaving the final podium position up for grabs. Both drivers back on track, but dropping valuable spots.
Westaway certainly hungry to pick off that next place in front of him. Chris Lewis Williams being very, very wily and just, this car is so wide.
Rowe was running up in 12th, but then
the 68 there of Sam Roth, who's been having a reasonably good season, Sam.
Up at the front, Westaway was still all over Lewis Williams.
The hunt, CLW is down the point sheets, being that he's dropped a round or two this year. But what a, if he can get this thing to the flag, what a triumphant return to 944 racing.
Absolutely, and he is so close now as it comes down into turn 10.
In the end though, and with the sun now well below the horizon, the experienced former champion, Lewis Williams was just too strong for the field.
And they loop around the final corner and head towards the track checkered flag in the dying twilight here at Winton Motor Raceway. The headlights ablaze. Chris Lewis Williams breathes a sigh of relief, takes a very big breath of winning air, and he is very happy, isn't he? Got the Le Mans flashes on now.
Yep.
So it's the Baron of Benalla, Chris Lewis Williams, who takes victory in race 1 by just 1/10 of a second over Jamie Westaway. Cam Bella shows why he's a champion too, with the drive of the race, unbelievably bouncing back up to complete the podium after being last at turn 1, meaning he passed 15 cars in an incredible performance. Michael Westaway with a great performance, home in 4th by just 2/10 of a second over Tony Andrzejewski. Mark Torbers brewing a podium chance, but with a strong first outing too. And Ryan Phillips initially crossing the line in 3rd, but handed a 10-second penalty by stewards post-race, home in a still very impressive 7th in his debut race. Peter James also sees a strong result, completing the top 10. Mark Verdina just outside that. Josh Brisbane fighting hard to come home in 13th. A great drive from the back of the field. Ads Brewer recovering to 10th, but also with a 10-second penalty, meaning he's classified as 14th. And the hit to Sam Roth by PJ Grant dropped him back 6 spots as he completed the field. Carter Fox's machine unfortunately failing to see the checkered flag. On Sunday afternoon, race 2 of the weekend, and with beautiful, bright, clear conditions and a big crowd in attendance, the field was set for a fast and no doubt close encounter at the tight and technical circuit.
Great to see such a good crowd here in at the track, and those watching on at home, at work, wherever you are in your live stream. I know someone's watching us in a terminal in Abu Dhabi at the moment, so that's the beauty of live streaming. Getting a plane from somewhere on the other side of the world and watching the Winton Festival of Speed for 2025. I'm Darren Smith. I've been joined by Joey Kellogg.
Thank you so much. It's what a pleasure to be here.
We're about to go Porsche 944 racing. I've been on the record for a number of years now saying this is fearsome. You know, these guys. What gets me is they'll be down there up until about 45 minutes ago, chatting amongst themselves, swapping parts, helping everyone get going. They start to kit up, they start to get ready, and we get this absolute door handle style of racing.
It's one of the most friendly paddocks out there, and certainly just before race time, tension starts to build. These guys race fearlessly. It's door to door, it's bumper to bumper. These cars are so evenly matched.
This is going to be a good one, and as I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is the reason you will stay to the very end of today. Let's have a look at the grid quickly. They're forming up down there. CLW, Chris Lewis Williams in the Tyrepower Benalla car number 37 takes pole.
Lewis Williams on pole would lead the field into the tight turn 1.
We'll try and push hard, and we are away. And getting off beautifully there is Chris Lewis Williams.
As Grant slid off, but just as suddenly, one of the scariest moments of the season.
Oh, very aggressive from Westaway on that second.
Oh, coming together on the straight one, and Westaway Bella off, and that is through the air, a bounce and a thud.
Oh dear.
And Bella comes unstuck.
Replays showed not only the speed at which the cars travel in the 944 Challenge Series, but also just how close Bella came to a spectacular roller.
He's hit the ignition button, and while he's turned around, I don't think we're going to see any reason to stop this one. The race is continuing as they get up to tank. Lucky that Campbell remained upright there as we go back to the race proper midfield now.
As the race continued, Tony Westaway, Phillips and Verdino all charging hard.
I'm still reeling, to be honest, from the huge adventure that Cameron Bella took there. That was absolutely wild.
It certainly was. The interesting thing is, let's keep an eye for the 44 of Mark Verdino. Obviously had that massive off yesterday. Started out at 14th.
Torberts grabbed Michael Westaway under brakes.
As we see Torberts having a little sniff up the inside of Westaway there. Looks like he's putting this move on.
Mark Torberts had his first win in the class here 12 months ago. Or they start to push their way forward.
It's extremely busy in that mid-pack section right at the moment. Cars are very close together. Intense racing. Awesome to watch.
Just watching down into turn 4, Jack Atley has got a good bit of pace on. He's got Sam Roth and Manny Menazelma, Andy Goldman and Peter James banked up behind him. Well, not necessarily banked up, but they are behind him. And Jack was looking for some pace here this weekend.
Roth, Menazelma, Goldman and James were all chasing. But it was too close for comfort between Goldman and James. The contact seeing the number 333 off at turn 4. Unbelievably, as that was happening, some of the closest racing of the season up front. Andrzejewski forging ahead, but Brewer, Phillips, Verdino and Westaway all mere inches away.
Adventure, but look at this pack.
Andrzejewski feeling the wrath of Phillips, losing him an incredible 6 spots in one corner. Verdino on the inside and Westaway coming too.
Now have a look at this group as they arrive down at turn 1. The car second in this group in this battle pack is Ads Brewer. He's in title contention. And who's right behind him? Jamie Westaway, who's also in title contention. They're trying to work their way through this field. And this is what happens in a field like this when you get pushed back and you get bottled up. The guys don't want to relinquish their spot. They're like, yeah, I know you're trying to get through. I know you're in the championship hunt, but we've got our own battles.
Torberts could see his chance of victory, throwing everything at the leader.
Is our race lead. Look at this. Mark Torberts is now weighing right in onto Chris Lewis-Williams' race. We've probably got 2 laps left in this journey. But Mark Torberts now ranging right up onto the back of Chris Lewis-Williams.
That is a fast car that Torbert's in. I saw there was a big gap a couple of laps ago. I wondered whether there was enough time and whether or not he was actually gaining on Chris Lewis-Williams. That answers the question. I wonder if
Menazelma and Roth came together in the tight and twisty turns 7 and 8 section of the track.
But Mark Torberts is just hanging on the back. This is spin there. That's the 68. That's Sam Roth, who we called earlier in the carpet-called car. That's the carpet-called car. It's not him. He's in the yellow car here this weekend. So Sam Roth.
At the same time, Grant spun all by himself.
A spinner there.
PJ Grant.
And as that was happening, up front, Lewis-Williams held on to take a close but business-like victory.
As we see, Chris Lewis-Williams has taken the win over Mark Torberts. Torberts was like an aardvark at an anthill, searching for ants. Didn't quite find them and just finished up just behind Chris Lewis-Williams.
Chris Lewis-Williams takes race 1 and now race 2 in the Tyrepower Benalla Porsche 944s. I told you, ladies and gentlemen, this is the reason you will be at the track.
What a race.
So after yet another drama-filled 944 battle, in the end, it's Chris Lewis-Williams who takes his second win of the weekend, home by just 0.6 of a second over Mark Torberts, Michael Westaway completing the podium in 3rd place. And as if they couldn't get any closer, both Jamie and Tony Westaway recording the exact same race time, down to 0.5 of a second, Adam Brewer bounces back to claim 6th, as does Mark Verdino, home in 7th, and more great form for Josh Brisbane. Nick Carpenter completes the top 10, Tony Andrzejewski and Jack Atley just outside that, Andy Goldman completing the runners, with the reigning champion Cam Bella left to lick his wounds points-wise, but with the whole field simply thankful he was okay after a wild and scary fly through the air. On late Sunday afternoon, the finale of the round, race 3 of the weekend, and the weather remained fine and dry.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for sticking around, and if I had a chance, I'd come around and shake all of your hands for sticking it out for this last race for the weekend, the Porsche 944 Challenge. I've got to say, this points coming into this weekend, it was Cam Bella who sat across the top of the points table. I reckon that's had a bit of a mix-up. Certainly, Chris Lewis-Williams, who was down in 16th, he's had his championship cause a big jolt along. Joey Kellogg, mate, the excitement factor out of the Festival of Speed for 2025.
What an event. I mean, just cruising around the paddock and seeing all the amazing cars. And with great anticipation, here we go for the finale of such a great event. A race to turn 1, and who knows what's going to happen. It's going to be really exciting.
Absolutely. Michael Westerway and James Westerway. Jimmy will sit off the back there. He will measure it all up.
The front row of Talbots and Lewis-Williams got set, but all eyes were on the back of the field.
And the Aqua car of Cambella, car number 1. What ominous sign do you need in the last race of the day?
Starting from the back position on the grid, he has gone from last to first before. You remember him doing it at Sandown.
And Calder.
Last corner, and Calder. Expect big things from Bella moving through the pack.
And Cambella, car number 1. When you say that in any race, starting out at position number 18, yes, that's right, 18th.
Yeah.
Where will he go? Oh! Roberts didn't get away nicely. Westerway does. He gets down the inside there. So Mark Talbots in the yellow, number 66, goes back to P4.
Ouch!
Talbots stalling off the line, and this allowed Jamie Westerway to get through.
Every time as Brewer appears on the podium at the start of this race, Bella has just been bottled up a little bit. I think those guys said, let's hold him up as best we can. No.
And with the top 3 going at it, a small lock-up by Lewis-Williams was all it took for Jamie Westerway to pounce and grab the lead.
Look at this, Jamie Westerway right onto the back of Lewis-Williams in the 37. He started behind, but I tell you what, when Mark Talbots bobbled on the start line there, Jamie Westerway plugged the hole. He plugs the hole again. Oh, great evasive action there by Chris Lewis-Williams. Now that is good racing right there. He saw the manoeuvre and he went, there's no point trying to block it now. He's outsmarted me. We'll race for another day. Adds Brewer just a little bit pensive, you would suggest.
Westerway, Lewis-Williams and Brewer settled into their rhythm, but mid-pack the racing was as close as ever. In fact, the fight between Tony Westerway and Verdino shows racing which literally can't get any closer. Eventually, the number 44 of Verdino holding on. Out front, Tony's son Jamie assumed the lead.
At the moment, it is Jamie Westerway, the champion of the game, as is the guy behind him. And the champion in waiting, Ads Brewer, ranges up behind CLW. Have a look at this, Mark Talbots trying to push through on Westerway. There's the Aqua car of Bella. He gets through on Jack Atley. Jack goes, yeah, mate, I'm not going to argue with you. I'll actually jump in behind you. I'll learn something for a lap or 2.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Now, Bella would have loved to have had more, taken more spaces by this time than he has. He has definitely been held up. You'll see the big gap between the front group and the mid group, because Talbots has he did more than bobbled. He'll be kicking his own shins. He's now behind. He's got through one part of a Westerway wall, and he's going to try and claw back some positions. But a big gap between the leading pack and that peloton.
Grant and Jack Atley just getting together there. I think there's been there has been definitely a step up of aggression and willingness to give each other a bit of a nudge in the mid pack here this week. And I think we probably need to have a bit of a chat about that.
Yeah.
Get on top of that before too many more rounds get underway, because we don't want to be loading bashed up cars on the trailers at the end of the weekend. It's money we don't need to spend.
Atlee, number 35 in the world's fastest pit lane clothing car, he's not happy.
Moments later,
Some real big spin, Michael Westaway through the first 1 and 2 complex. He's gone off. I think he's stopped short of the wall.
What happened?
Well, Brisbane was in the vicinity, but it didn't look like there was. Oh, here we go. No, I think he. Oh, could be it.
Another replay.
That is not conclusive evidence that there was a punt there, because it looks like Michael Westaway has gone. He's sort of got that weight shifted and he's gone very much centre track and sort of hooked it left in front of Brisbane there. I'd be interested to see if there's any paint rubbing there.
I think
hit or no hit, Westaway was thankfully able to continue on in the race.
we're just watching. Yeah, the 45 has recovered and has joined back in the field as we go back to the front now. Adds Brewer sliding the car around.
Looking very, very quick through there, isn't he?
He's worked the car hard to come back after they had that turn one incident late yesterday after.
His nephew Jamie clearing out. Brewer too was charging.
I got to say, Ads, if you haven't got the pace, mate, hang on to bring home points for third place in this one, because at the moment you've got to say it's going to be a very big effort from the Tyrepower Benalla racer Chris Lewis Williams to claw back Jamie Westaway. He knows how to win these races pretty much like Cam Bella does, but
And Bella was up an incredible 9 spots already. Mid-pack, Andrzejewski, Brisbane and Carpenter were locked in battle, no one giving an inch in the tense fight.
As we see, is that Phillips? No, that's Verdino. The sun shining off the side link car. A little bit battle weary, that machine. With Torbert's running close behind. He's managed to get through the Westaway wall. Didn't have to punt anybody off.
He's indifferent. Tony Andrzejewski there in the purple car. He's done a strong job at the moment, currently fighting it out for 12th with Matty Metzelma and Nick Carpenter. And there's the 56.
Yeah.
Sadly, despite a great drive up to 6th at one stage, Phillips's car eventually cried enough after a big weekend of racing.
Off
Phillips! That's Ryan Phillips, isn't it?
It
the
is.
Pool Master car. Looks like there's some damage to the rear right there, which is a shame. We'll see what's going on, if that's mechanical or if he's just missed a gear there. Looked a little bit more serious than that, though.
Bella was up and passed Westaway and Brisbane.
The time of board is updated and he's made it to 6th position. There is only 1 minute 10 seconds left. I don't think he's going to get it done this time. It took him a long time to get through the majority of the field.
Verdino enjoying his Sunday drive, cruising in 4th and back on form. With the leader now clear in a measured performance.
2 more laps to go. I reckon the last lap board will come out for this guy on the next time past the start line. But certainly Jamie Westaway, his fastest car on track, 1:35.68. It's Ad Brewer and himself that have done a 35. We look to Bella, his best lap at 1:36.59.
Bella still pushing after starting last.
Yeah, interesting that Bella's he's a second off his fastest lap is a second off the fastest lap by Jamie Westaway. So maybe that car on that previous lap, a lap after that adventure that he had, the double airborne whoop-de-whoop, maybe took a bit of life out of that car, a bit more than was expected. It was an amazing effort to get it back on the road.
I think it took a fair bit of breath out of him as well. He's pretty winded when he got out of the car there in the main.
With 1 lap to go, the top 3 settle.
Lewis Williams is starting to feel the heat there as well. Last lap board The last lap board for the 2025 Winton Festival of Speed has gone out. The last lap board for the Porsche 944s for Tyrepower Benalla has gone out. A big Jamie Westaway now. He has got half a lap to take this victory, and it'll be his first one for the weekend for Jamie. And he's done a tremendous job to get in front of this race. It has been certainly a bruising weekend for the Tyrepower Benalla field.
In the end, a masterclass by Jamie Westaway to close out a tough weekend of racing.
As we get our race leader, the rear shot down to the checkered flag, and Jamie Westaway, surprise winner here this afternoon. A bruising weekend for the 944s, but fantastic racing. I told you, ladies and gentlemen, those of you that have remained here, what a great race for the 944s. Joey Kellogg.
So it's the two-time series champion, Jamie Westaway, breaks through for his first win of the weekend. Chris Lewis-Williams completes a stunning round with another solid second, and Adam Brewer sees rewards too, taking his first podium of the round. Mark Verdino bounces back with a cruising fourth place. Championship leader Cameron Bella retains a solid fifth. Tony Westaway, Josh Brisbane and Mark Torberts, all with workmanlike performances. Tony Andrzejewski and Nick Carpenter again complete the top 10. Peter James just outside that, but with a great drive after at one stage being 15th. Manny Mezza-Selma, Andy Goldman and Sam Rofe all banking points. Mechanical issues to Ryan Phillips and a side swipe to Jack Atlee's car saw them fail to get across the line. So, looking at the points tallies after round 4. As the 944 Challenge Series competes nationally as well as locally in Australian states, there are 2 sets of championship points awarded to the drivers. And firstly, looking at the Victorian State Series, it's reigning champion Cameron Bella who remains out in front, sitting pretty at the top of the leaderboard. But with just 2 points now separating Jamie Westaway and Adam Brewer, still very much in the hunt. A consistent weekend sees Mark Torberts continue his place in the top 4, PJ Grant and Mark Verdino separated by just 2 points. Nick Carpenter remains in 7th. Jack Atlee, Michael Westaway and Sam Rofe complete the top 10. Tony Westaway, Tony Andrzejewski just outside that. Josh Brisbane and Carter Fox equal on points. The injured Andrew Jackman and 4-time series champion Chris Lewis-Williams, certainly ones to watch as we head into the back half of the season. Andrew Goldman still sitting in a respectable 17th. Peter James completes the top 20. John Venoris and Lyndon Watson yet to open their accounts in that championship. Whilst in the overall 944 Challenge Series, again it's Cameron Bella who still leads that tally. But the big impact round at Winton sees Jamie Westaway and Adam Brewer close right up, now just 12 and 22 points back respectively. So, less than a race win separates the top 3. Mark Verdino banked a solid run of points at Winton, and he still sits just ahead of Mark Torberts, who further cemented his spot with a podium at Winton. A great past 3 rounds now sees Michael Westaway move up to 6th. PJ Grant drops down 2 places to 7th after a poor Winton round. Tony Westaway, Chris Lewis-Williams and Jack Atlee complete the top 10. Nick Carpenter and Sam Rofe sit just outside that but equal on points. Tony Andrzejewski and Josh Brisbane continue their charge. Andrew Goldman remains in 15th. Manny Mezza-Selma, Peter James, Jared Campione complete the top 20. And again, Johnny Venoris, Lyndon Watson round out that table after round 4. If it's close, hard and fast racing in stunning Porsche machinery on some of Australia's best racetracks that you're after, head over to our website www.944challenge.com and check out all the information. The 944 Challenge Series will be back, bigger and better for round 5 as the championship heads to the home of horsepower, Sandown Motor Raceway, on the 22nd of August. We look forward to seeing you there. This has been a production by Pit Lane Media.